Hello everyone and welcome to another review. This is Tim Wolf, your Nintendo Dad's Discord community manager. Man, that's a mouthful. But anyways, I wanted to review this game with you called PolyGod. And this game was released again today, actually, August 17th in the United States for $14.99. And I can't seem to find it in the UK store, at least when I tried last night. Not sure if it's coming out later or if it's just a US release, but I imagine it'll probably be less than a score, if I said that right, or less than 20 pounds in the UK. So we'll go with that. This game was previously released on October 13th, 2016 on Steam. And of course, like a lot of things, comes from Steam, and now it's on the Switch. However, there are no demos right now for this game. Number of players for this game is 1 local, but all kinds of online play. For this game, I played docked, obviously, so you can get gameplay footage. And I used my son's PDP Face-Off Super Mario Star wired controller, just to see if that would be a better way to control a first-person shooter. And it seemed like it was, but we'll get into that in a minute. The category that Nintendo has this listed under is first-person action-adventure, and it was published and developed by Crafted Games. And let me pause for a moment and just say thank you, Crafted Games, for giving us a code to review this game and get us time to review it by the release date. Thanks again. Now let's get into the graphics. The graphics are super simple. It kind of reminds me of Jumping Flash for the PS1, but I can see where this would run fast because of the graphics, especially during multiplayer games or if you're doing single player game for a speedrun. There are times the music has a good EDM feel to it, and then all the other times I want to stick Joy-Cons in my ears whenever there is no EDM. And by the way, EDM is electronic dance music for anybody who's not into that stuff. I enjoy a good EDM track or two, but this for whatever reason, just I don't like how it was mixed, because it would play the EDM music whenever something was going on, some action was going on, which was cool, but then it would play this really high-pitched organ-y music that just I was not digging, and it was getting on my nerves. The story is kind of weird to me, almost like the game North that I reviewed earlier this year. I don't know if anybody else watched that, but if you watched that, that was kind of on the weird side too. I get where those stories are going. This story, I'm not sure where it's going. Maybe as I play it more, I'll see. But I don't think it's really made for this story again. I think it's just made for a simple first-person shooter, especially, again, for speedrunners who want to see how fast they can get through a stage, or just how fast you can beat somebody in multiplayer. For the challenge side, oh, you bet your tighty whities this is a challenge. As the Nintendo game page says, PolyGod is a roguelite, randomly generated single and multiplayer FPS with a brutal difficulty curve. Well, that's what they say. It may not look like it from my video, but apparently this will get harder. I only made it harder on myself because I wasn't playing for speed. I was trying to play for stealth. Collecting effect items is also a bit of a challenge. You can stack effects you collect, but those effects also have consequences. For example, pick up an effect called Altar of Gaia, and it will increase your movement and rate of fire. However, it will also decrease your weapon damage by 1. Again, this stacks, so if you keep selecting the same effect, it will also it will be an awesome increase to your movement and rate of fire, but you will get low damage. And it doesn't just stack for this item either, or this effect. So if another effect also decreases your damage, it stacks that as well. So keep that in mind. My experience with the controller I used has been limited to this game, so I'm not sure if it was the controller or the game, but aiming felt really sloppy to me. There was no way I could make precision shots. For me, I guess I'm more of the stealthy type player, so I was trying to not just run and gun, but be precise in my shots, but I couldn't get to that point. I just couldn't. The controller just wouldn't let me do it. Maybe I'm more used to the auto lock features, but for me, the controls were not tight at all. Also, I kept hitting the B button to jump when I should have been using the ZL shoulder button to jump. I don't know how many times I did that, but it was certainly frustrating. Gee, how many times did I have to press the right button to figure out that I was not pressing the right button to jump? Like I said, it was a little frustrating for me. For the fun factor of this game, I can see this being fun for gamers who are into this type of first-person shooter, for the speedrunners and the multiplayers, just to see how quickly they can get to being the winner. For family friendliness and the rating, although this is rated E for everyone, I do not believe this game is for everyone. Neither of my kids seem interested in this. If you have a kid into FPSs though, like Jesse's son, I think he's into the speedrunning. I could be wrong. But anyways, then maybe then this game is for them and they can give it a go. I would say this is a try in regards to my final thoughts for this game, but there are no demos for you to be able to try this, which is unfortunate. I think games like this, in fact all games should have a demo so that everybody could try it and decide on their own whether they want to buy it or not. And also there is no way to rent this game since this is a digital release. If the price goes down close to the price of a video game rental, then I would say go for it. Go ahead and buy it. But for me, this is more of a try or buy when the price comes down. If you're into FPSs, then I would say go for it, especially this type of FPS where it's speed running, trying to get through it quickly, as I mentioned before. That's essentially my review of this game. Hopefully it helps you decide what you want to do. I'll leave you to the rest of the gameplay to see how it goes until we get to the portal. Until next time, this is Tim, signing off. Check you later.